Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to another behind-the-scenes episode of Inside Titan Sports. My name is Erik Kohler, and thanks for joining us. This week, we catch up with our very own Michael Parsons to talk about the details of hosting yet another national championship tournament, and we'll talk men's hoops with our very own head coach, Jeremy Shulman, as they're off to a great start. But let's start off and talk about women's Titan soccer as they are marching into the national championship tournament. With that being said, welcome back, head coach Jeff Carr. Hello, coach.
Thanks, Erik. I never thought of it as marching, but yes, thank you.
I like that we're marching.
Yeah, marching. Yeah,
I like that. I like that. We're kicking ourselves in, but hey, congratulations. A big win over Jones County to get through district. What was your message, though, in the second half to zing off 5 goals in that second half?
Well, I mean, we were down 1-0 in the first half, and we played poor. We did have a couple chances. Their keeper made some really nice saves, but basically, you have 45 minutes, you're guaranteed, or the season's over. So, what are we going to do? We got to be a little more creative in the attacking third, and we have to defend a little better. I'm not sure we defended great even in the second half, but we got the job done with Bunny and Nathalie scoring, 5 goals between them, and then Darian with a couple big assists. So we got it done. So it was exciting.
Well, congratulations. Now you make the national championship tournament. This is the fifth straight year you've made the national championship tournament, and the 6th year the school has actually hosted the national championship.
Yes, that's correct. So we hosted a few years at Melbourne Central Catholic until our stadium was built, and we've hosted it there. We'll host it again next year, and then we have a year off, and then we host it again in 2019. So we're excited. All the 12 teams from all over the country are coming to the county. A lot of money being spent on hotels and meals, and we're thankful that we're able to have a little part in helping the economy in Brevard County. But yeah, we're excited to host. It's a lot of fun to watch all the games, and the pools are out now, and it's exciting to see the matchups, not only ours but all the teams, and a lot of those coaches we've played over the last few years, those teams, and great people. It's great to see them again.
We'll talk about the pool. Some of the teams are going to be here in Brevard County at the Titan Soccer Complex. Who's going to be in your pool?
Yeah, in our pool, the number 3 seed is Laramie County out of Wyoming, who we played earlier this year at their place. They beat us 3-1. And then we're playing Schoolcraft out of Michigan, who was at the tournament last year. Another great program. He's done a great job with that. And then the number 1 seed is Paradise Valley, who's 22-0 from Arizona. Number 2 seed is Butler. Number 3 seed is Laramie. And then number 4 seed is Iowa Western. Number 5 is Tyler Junior College. And we're the number 6 seed.
So explain to some of our viewers of pool play how that works of advancing through the national championship tournament.
If 1 through 4 seeds play Monday, Wednesday, so they get a day off in between the games. If you're a lower seed from 5 on, you're going to play either Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday. So we will play Tuesday, Wednesday at 5:30. Since we're the host, we can determine what time we play. So we'll play the late game on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll play Schoolcraft on Tuesday and Laramie on Wednesday.
Now, you played Laramie, obviously, you said earlier in the season. You were down 4 starters. What can you learn moving forward to take that experience now and take that national championship tournament?
Well, Jim Gardner, their coach, who's a good friend of mine, they have a great program. They've missed once, I think, since we've hosted the national tournament. Very skillful team, very athletic team. They were up 3-0 in the first half on us and changed a few things. We got one back in the second half, but we weren't able to capitalize. A great team. We're going to have to play really organized defensively. And, in that final third, when we attack, we're really going to have to finish our opportunities. We've left a lot of goals sitting out on the field that we haven't finished as well as we should have this year. But hopefully, the tournament, the girls are excited. The opportunity again. Sophomores, it's kind of like a redemption, hopefully, to get back to the final.
Right.
Yeah, losing our only game last year, 1-0. We've already lost 2 this year, so hopefully the taste of losing sticks with those girls, because I know they were devastated. Even we were playing shorthanded out there. So, we're really excited again about the opportunity. It should be a lot of fun. We have a national championship banquet on Sunday, and that kind of kicks everything off. Tom Sermani, the former U.S. national coach, Australian national coach, and the Orlando Pride coach is our guest speaker.
Well, that's pretty good. Now, talk about last year. Obviously, it's a new season this year, but how do you take that message? You were so close to bringing home that national title. What's the message to the girls of, hey, this is the year of redemption?
Well, it's not so much. We talked about it during preseason, kind of reiterated a couple times, but now it's the sophomores. It's even Paula that's not going to be able to play in it because of her injury. She's one of our leaders, our vocal leaders on and off the field. It's Jay and it's Bunny they're going to set the tone on and off the field, and they have, and they're tremendous leaders, and we're really going to count on them to hopefully carry us through this national tournament.
So Jay Bales, she's not missed one game as she's been on campus here. Talk about her contributions to the program.
Jay has not only not missed a game, she started every game in the history of her playing here, which is unbelievable. You know, injury, sickness, you know, whatever it is, she's played in started every single game. She's our engine in the back, our holding midfielder, kind of controls everything, defends first, and distribution. Never expected to score, but sets us up and really helps organize our defense. Exceptional young lady. I had the privilege also coach her sister, who scored a goal at the buzzer to take us to the national championship game in 2012. So,
well, it's pretty special, Jay. She's a local product. To be able to have that exposure in front of friends and family, and then to have the success with your program is just a great story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she came, you know, she transferred from a D2 where she didn't play because she had an injury there. But yeah, we were ecstatic when she wanted to come home and play for us. Tremendous young lady on and off the field. One of the best leaders I've ever had.
I'll tell you now. Talk about the trio going forward, the attack. You got Darian Davis, you got Bunny, and you got Nathalie. Talk about how they got to attack this coming week to get some success on the field.
Well, those three kind of know where each other is always in the attacking part of the third, and their combination play with each other. They're very unselfish, and sometimes they need to be a little more selfish. You know, they have a great chance, and they're trying to look for the other person. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to only go as far as they carry us. I mean, they are our three-headed monster going forward, our attacking options. So, tremendous. And, you know, Bunny's only played in half the games. I think she has 9 goals in 8 games. So, and she's just starting to really click. And she was one of those that took over the game against Jones County the second half. She was unstoppable.
Well, I call them the triplets, and there's just a great connection right there on and off the field. Now, talk about the buckets of the soccer. Mrs. Carr got the buckets to create some noise and energy at Titan Soccer Complex. Has that contingent grown in scope?
Yeah, some of the soccer parents also got into using the buckets and the drumsticks, and and they're starting to try to choreograph it now and have some kind of beats and synchronized beats and anything. I'm not musically inclined, so my wife is a music major, so that's right up her alley. So,
well, I'll tell you what, set up the pool play and the tournament for the viewers out there that want to come out there and attend and support Titan Soccer.
Yeah, well, the tournament starts Monday morning at 10 o'clock. There's games from 10 o'clock, and the last game's 5:30 on Monday. We don't play Monday. We'll play Tuesday at 5:30 and Wednesday at 5:30. For students and faculty, as long as they have ID, it's free, and then there is a charge per game. But, yeah, so we're excited, but it's going to be tough playing Tuesday, Wednesday, because Laramie will have Monday and Wednesday, so they'll have a break in between. But, you know, you're there, and yet the opportunity is there, so we just got to take care of business, one game at a time.
I like your style, Coach. Good luck this
All right,
week.
thank you, Erik.
Go Titans.
Go Titans.
We're going to take a short break, come back with Michael Parsons. This is Inside Titan Sports.
This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Hey fans, welcome back to the show. Now it's time to catch up with our very own manager of athletic communications, Michael Parsons. Hey, Mike.
How we doing?
Doing fantastic. The women's team are in the national championship tournament, so it's exciting times around Eastern Florida State College.
Yeah, it really is. You know, we've been blessed in the fact that they've been there the last 5 years now.
Right.
But, you know, every year is special, and it gives you that chance of another national title.
I mean, that is an amazing run, though. 5 straight consecutive appearances in the national championship tournament, and this is the 6th year that we actually hosted it.
Right.
So we really got a big brand out there nationally seen for Titan soccer.
Yeah, there definitely is, and, you know, every year brings another group of really talented and special athletes that really are on the top of the stage right now.
Let's talk about the men's team. Kind of a tough way to finish. They made it to the district championship game, lost in penalty kicks. Shed some light on that game for Coach Oliver Twelvetrees.
Yeah, it really was a tough way to end the season for the men. You know, they came in really wanting to get that win and to move into nationals themselves. They wanted to make that return because that's back in Tyler, Texas, where he made his debut for us. But penalty kicks is always one of those tricky things.
Yeah.
And 10-9 in penalty kicks especially. So they were battling right down to the very last one. So it's a tough way to lose. But this group was really a special group, and his midfielder Craig McCall is going to be co-player of the year in the conference.
Wow.
He's just like what Coach Carr was talking about, Jay Bales. That's Craig McCall for the men's team. He's really a special player that makes sure that everybody's lined up and everybody's doing the right thing in the back and making sure that we're going forward and giving Danilo and J.J. Donnelly the shots that they need.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach 12 Trees is very passionate about the program. How did he take that loss going forward as you talked to him? What was the message going forward for his team?
Yeah, it was tough on all of them, because the women played the same day, so the guys were all at the women's game that night when they got back, and it was a tough loss. It was one that they didn't expect to get, you could tell.
Right.
So it hit them hard, and for Coach 12 Trees, it is, it's another tough loss, but he has a lot of guys back, and so I think that we'll reload pretty easily and be right back in that situation again next season.
Mike, the biggest thing I've noticed about Eastern Florida, you guys got a great group of coaches just across the board.
Yeah, it really is. It makes my job so easy because, like you said, across the board, everybody is not only good at their job,
right?
They're good at recruiting, they're good at bringing wins home, but they're really good people. They're
very receptive.
They're very receptive, and they're very respectful, and they're very good people. They're just the kind of guys you want to hang around with, the kind of coaches that you want to go have a beer with afterwards or something, because they really are. They're that kind of people, and I think that's another credit to Coach Carr and his staff. They really bring in the best.
Now, you're one of the good people, and you're very busy this time of the year. Obviously, you're building a website now for the National Championship Tournament. I know it's kind of busy work, but exciting at the same time.
Yeah.
Talk about your daily activities leading up to that National Championship Tournament from the 14th and the 19th of November here at Titan Soccer Complex.
Sure. Well, this week is all about preparation. This week Sam Hensler and I have been building a website and getting that all underway and making sure that everybody has places they can go to find all the information they need on these teams. But also we're finding people to make sure we have somebody doing the PA, make sure we have somebody doing the national anthem at the beginning of the day, make sure there's somebody doing stats for every game. So there's just a lot of behind the scenes kind of work to make sure that we're ready on game day, just like the teams are, I guess you could say.
Well, a big question I want to ask for our viewers. Jeff Carr obviously serves as their athletic director as well. Now he's in the national championship tournament with his team. His focus is trying to bring that national title to Melbourne and for Eastern Florida. How does he shuffle all those logistics as well, though, with you, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, basically, Ryan Keel, who's the assistant, and myself are basically the ones that kind of tell him, you go win the game, we're going to take care of everything else this week, and that's kind of been, since I've started, that's been kind of the way I go into things anyway. I tell the coaches, your job is to go out and coach. My job is to make sure that everything else is taken care of. And that's kind of the way we've gone into this, and that's how we'll go into this week is, we want to take as much off of Coach Carr's play as we can so that he can concentrate on bringing home that national championship.
Ryan Keel, he does a nice job behind the scenes as well. He's the assistant athletic director, and it's nice to know that Coach Carr can give up and delegate some of those responsibilities while he's focusing on bringing home that national title.
Definitely. And Ryan Keel is doing all of the background work as well. He's gathering all the program stuff and all the other logistics just for the field and making sure that everybody's set for this banquet that we're having on Sunday for the players, and just making sure everything is top notch the way we need it to be.
Let's talk about the tournament. Eastern Florida's in there. The pool has been set.
Yep.
Talk about the tournament, some of the teams that we're about to face.
Yeah, number one team is Paradise Valley. They're unbeaten going in.
Wow, 22-0.
22-0, and they have a scorer, Jamie Hurtado, that has got 45 goals this season. She leads NJCA Division I in scoring, and so they obviously bring an offense that's going to be tough for teams to deal with. But down the line, every team is so talented. Monroe won in 2014, and they're back again this year. Paradise Valley actually won in 2012, I believe, 2013. So you have 8 teams returning from last year. So everybody knows everybody at this point because these teams have just been reloading just like we have. The other teams are doing the exact same things. And the interesting thing is, 3 of the 4 semifinalists are back. And so we're going to have a new champion because Iowa Central's not here. But everybody else seems like it's back and reloaded and ready to roll. And, it's exciting. I mean, if you're a soccer fan,
Yeah.
there's probably not a better place to be than Monday through Wednesday during the day at Titan Soccer Complex, because you're going to see some great games.
Well, again, that's why it was a great win by Coach Carr's team to advance into the championship. It would have been Heartbreak City to have the girls be there, work the tournament, and not being in there competitively. So you got to think that was a great win against Jones County.
Yeah, that's for sure. You want to make sure that when you're hosting it, that you have a chance to win that
Right.
title. It's heartbreaking to see another team hold up a trophy when you've played against them, but it'd be even worse, I guess I would say, if you weren't in the tournament at all. So it's a real testament to this team that they've battled everything they've battled this season, and now they're right back in the hunt for a national championship after a year where we thought they might win it.
Mike, you're the heartbeat of the program. You get up close to the coaches and the players. Try to take off that biased lens in terms of Eastern Florida soccer. What's your feel? What are the chances of Coach Carr bringing home that title?
Take off everything, and I still think they have a great shot. And this is a team that finds a way to win. You'll sit there and the perfect example is Jones County. Jones County scores right before halftime. They go up 1-0, and we don't look good. We're a little flat, and you're just like, uh-oh. And they come out and they put 5 on the board in the second half.
Right.
And this team plays so well together. I mean, they're such a close group. It's probably one of the closest groups I've ever really been around, because they love each other and they play for each other. And it's such a cool thing to see. And, the first thing that they say is, I couldn't have done it without this one, or I couldn't have done it without that one. And that's the kind of team that wins titles, as we know. Those are the kind of teams that win national titles, are the teams that just play for each other, and they're all in, and this team's all in.
I like it. So find a way. So talk about the tournament, this website, for viewers out there that want to attend the 14th through the 19th. Where do they look online and visit to ticket information, all that jazz?
Yep, EFSCTitans.com/tournament will get you everything you need to know. You can buy a pass for every game for $35. That'll get you to all 15. Or you can spend $10 and get just the game you want to see. And we're going to see some great teams. Like I said, Butler, Tyler, Paradise Valley, Iowa Western. These guys are all great. Iowa Western's allowed 6 goals or something all season. So, there's some teams that you're really going to want to go out and see this week.
I'll tell you what, appreciate all you do. That's exciting times, the 14th through the 19th at Titan Soccer Complex. We're going to take a short break. This is Inside Titan Sports. We'll come back and talk men's hoops. Stay right there.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today.
Hey fans, welcome back to Inside Titan Sports. Now it's time to switch gears and talk men's hoops. With that being said, welcome back the head coach of our Titans program, head coach Jeremy Shulman. Hey coach.
Hey Eric, appreciate you having me on the show.
Hey, nationally ranked, now great start now, 3-0. Wow, you got to feel good about the start of the season.
I do. This time of year, we talked a little bit before the broadcast started, and this time of year, I get a little bit nervous just in the day-to-day of everything, because I just live and die every moment of Eastern Florida basketball, and so it feels good being 3-0, but it's on to the next game, and it's on to the next practice, it's on to preparation, trying to get ready. So it's only a few hours after each game to be able to enjoy the win, and then it's preparation for the next one.
Well, we always love your energy. I know it's go time now. Preseason's done, rear view mirror, now it's go time. Now talk about the next week. You have a couple big road tests.
Yeah.
Talk to our viewers about some of those games that are coming up.
We got 2 great games, playing at St. Pete on Tuesday, and then playing at Polk State on Saturday. 2 games that against teams that we've already played this year. And St. Pete is a fantastic team, very, very well coached. They're tough, they're big, they're athletic. They got great guard play as well, and Ernest Kremley, that coach, is in the Hall of Fame, the Junior College Florida Hall of Fame. So, and then Coach Verjanich in Polk State, it's a very similar team to St. Pete. Another team that's big and athletic. Got one of the best guards in the country, and Troy Simon, who we did a pretty good job against first game, but still ended up with 21 points. So, two huge tests for us next week, that's for sure.
So at the JUCO level, how hard is it to scout some of these teams going forward? I know you have relationships with some coaches and stuff like that, but how do you get tape and stuff when you burn through these games back to back?
Thank goodness it's easier than it sounds.
Okay.
You know, we have enough connections that we get a lot of film on each opponent, and we try to get at least 2 or 3 films on every team that we're going to play against, and break it down. And my top assistant coach, Cole Pittis, who's been at the Division I level for 7 years before coming here to Eastern Florida, is also just fantastic at breaking down film. So between he and I, we try to get a pretty good scout for our guys.
You know, speaking of which, talk about some of your coaching staff that contributes to the Titan program.
Oh, great question on that. So I really am blessed with the best coaching staff in the country.
I like it.
And I don't say that with any exaggeration at all. Cole Pittis, Coach Pittis, is my top assistant coach. He was at Akron last year, University of Akron. He was at Bradley University as an assistant coach the 3 years before that. And Coach Pittis is just, I mean, he's unbelievable. I mean, he's incredibly hardworking. He's incredibly loyal. He's incredible. I mean, his basketball IQ and his feel for the game as a coach is just outstanding. I mean, he's going to be a great head coach one day, but right now I'm pretty pumped to have him as an assistant coach. And Lynn Cundiff is one of my other top assistant coaches, and Coach Lynn, this is his second year with us, and he actually won the national championship in 1978 as a head JUCO coach at Independence, Kansas, and then was a college president for a number of years after that before I decided to retire down to this area and come on our coaching staff. So we're more than fortunate to have him with us. Coach Jackson is our third assistant coach, and Coach Jackson, I think it's his 4th year now with us. And
Wow.
He's another just hard-working, unbelievable guy from South Carolina, former military guy, and has a great relationship with all the guys. And then Coach Greg Gage is our other assistant coach. He's our director of basketball analytics, so he does all of our advanced statistics for the program. And
Basketball analytics.
Basketball analytics. He breaks down all of our plus minus, our player efficiency ratings, our different lineups, our plus minuses with different lineups, our plus minus per 40 minutes. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. So unbelievable staff, and that's a huge reason why we're so successful.
Well, I'm happy for your success. So who wouldn't want to work with Coach Shulman? Because you're known as the coach from the Drake.
Well, I'm just. I'm not sure what the reasons are, but I'm definitely glad that they chose to be here at Eastern Florida and work with me.
Well, they buy into the program, which is great, and I think it's great that you're getting some exposure. Now, you had great success in the first 3 games.
Yes.
Your margin of victory was 40-plus points. Yeah. Talk about the success and how proud you are of the guys of getting started in a 3-0 start.
Just for you, I'm going to take a few minutes to actually reflect on some of the success before I go back to worrying about our future games. But,
okay.
We scheduled very tough this year, and while a lot of other teams were going right away and playing a bunch of prep and JV teams and multiple prep and JV teams open the season, we opened with Polk State, we opened with South Georgia Tech, and we opened with Atlanta Metro, 3 outstanding teams, all which are predicted to be 21 teams this year. And I'll be honest, it's a testament to our guys on Team 7 this year, which is, again, our nickname for our team, our 7th year, my 7th year here. And we really, really guarded it, and we really played unselfishly on offense. And we were up 40 in the second half on Polk and won by 31. Okay. We took a very close game against South Georgia Tech up in Tallahassee at a tournament 5-point game at halftime, and we were special defensively in the second half, and special, again, sharing the basketball. And I think we outscored them 55-23 in the second half en route to a 40-point game. I think I've got my math right on that. But and then we play Atlanta Metro in the third game, who had just gone toe-to-toe to the wire with Tallahassee the night before. And we put that one away very early and won that one by 40 as well. And I just think we're, especially for this early in the year with so many newcomers, we're really guarding it. We're really rebounding. We're starting to come along rebounding, which was an issue in the preseason. And, again, just sharing the basketball, being very unselfish. I want to make a special mention, second half against Polk, our leading scorer and best player and potential first-team All-American, Kareem Bruton, who's a high major player. Kareem, he has 15 points at halftime, and we're up 5 against the South Georgia Tech that's making every shot, and we're not probably passing as well as we could have first half. And Kareem, again, our leading scorer, scores 0 points in the second half, but has 5 assists, plays lockdown defense on their best perimeter scorer, and we go plus 30-something in the second half. And it's amazing to his character that he can be so unselfish. And his role is being a scorer. Right. Be so unselfish that he can make us go that much without scoring the basketball in the second half. Kareem's a special player. I mean, that was just really, really fantastic.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing, too, is he understands a role of what's going to take to win the game, so he's an unselfish player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another scorer, Ahmed Ali, averaging over 20 points. Talk about Ahmed.
Ahmed's special. When we got him
Big
on
statement, Coach.
he's special. When we got him on our visit, Ahmed's our point guard from Toronto, and he's the one who became friends with Drake.
The Drake.
The Drake.
And the coach.
And the coach. I'm sorry, not Drake. Ahmed was a little bit under-recruited
Right.
for a little while, and of course, academics were an issue, which is why I ended up junior college. And before people really realized who he was, we got in there early and developed a great relationship with him and got him here at Eastern Florida. And I knew just how special he was during the recruiting process, and he is really special. He's got a long ways to go. He's still a freshman, but in these 3 games it's shown him. He's averaging 20 points a game, 5.7 rebounds a game, and has a 4-to-1 assist turnover ratio. I mean, it's amazing how good he is and amazing how good he can continue to become.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have 2 games next week on the road, the tough road games.
Yeah.
Then you're off till December the 1st. What are you going to do on that holiday little vacation spot right there?
I'm going to scout. I'm hoping our guys get a chance to enjoy
Keep
Thanksgiving.
grinding, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. My assistant coach will recruit, and I will scout, and
Okay.
our players will hopefully eat a lot of turkey on Thanksgiving. So we scheduled that for 2 main reasons. One was to, again, allow our guys a break. The season can be such a grind, and allow our guys a break to get back home to family, get back home to friends, and kind of get away from it for a little bit. And the second thing we did is a little bit longer Thanksgiving break than normal. I'm trying to get our guys used to having a little bit longer break and then having to get right back in the swing of things, because after the regular season is over, after we hopefully win conference championship,
Right.
we've got a decent 8-day break before we play our state tournament game. And then same thing after we're done with state tournament, we've got another, I forget what, 8 or 9 days before we play a national tournament game. And I don't know if we've been able, in the past we've handled that break as perfectly as we could. And so this year I'm trying to prepare us early. So this will be an earlier break for us, but hopefully we'll start getting us used to, hey, we can take a week off, 8 days off. I think it's 9 days before we play games, maybe longer than that. And we can take some time off and still be really good when we get back at it.
I'll tell you what, Coach Jeremy Shulman, you always have our support.
Appreciate it.
That's all the time we have for this week's Inside Titan Sports. Thanks for joining us. Remember, anything and everything, check us out online at EFSCTitans.com. Until next time, for my director, Rob Landers, I'm Erik Kohler saying so long. Remember, Eastern Florida, where Titans rise.